Hello and welcome back to Bible Wits Bible Corner. Today we are going to finish up Joshua chapter 4. I'm going to be reading verses 19 through 24, starting with the English Standard Version. The people came up out of the Jordan on the 10th day of the first month, and they encamped at Gilgal on the east border of Jericho. And those 12 stones which they took out of the Jordan, Joshua set up at Gilgal. And he said to the people of Israel, when your children ask their fathers in times to come, what do these stones mean? Then you shall let your children know, Israel passed over the Jordan on dry ground. For the Lord your God dried up the waters of the Jordan for you until you passed over, as the Lord your God did to the Red Sea, which he dried up for us until we passed over, so that all the peoples of the earth may know that the hand of the Lord is mighty, that you may fear the Lord your God forever. New Century Version. The people crossed the Jordan on the 10th day of the first month and camped at Gilgal, east of Jericho. They carried with them the 12 rocks taken from the Jordan, and Joshua set them up at Gilgal. Then he spoke to the Israelites, in the future your children will ask you, what do these rocks mean? Tell them, Israel crossed the Jordan River on dry land. The Lord your God caused the water to stop flowing until you finished crossing it, just as the Lord did to the Red Sea. He stopped the water until we crossed it. The Lord did this so all the people would know he has great power, and so you would always respect the Lord your God. Okay. So God did stuff like that according to the little bit that we just read, he did it to kind of demonstrate his power, but he also did it so that those who believe in him, those who follow him, would respect him. It's one of those things, we see how much power he has doing this. I don't want to know how much power he would have if I were to go against him. So that's how I view that. Now, the whole telling your children in the future about this deal. Oral tradition, passing down stories, and not, I don't really like using the word story, but passing down historical events verbally and doing it over and over and over was the way that they did things back then, and it helped them remember. And yes, things did eventually get written down. That's why we have the Old Testament. But even today, we do a lot of stuff verbally. Sunday school, sermons, communion talks, going out into the mission field. It's near impossible to do all of that silently. In fact, I would say it is impossible to do that silently, because God's word cannot be spread unless it is spoken either verbally or through sign language. And I would say that sign language is not silent because it is still speaking God's word. So, all of that being said, passing down historical events verbally, having respect for God, knowing what he can do, these are things that we still learn about and do today. So nothing in that has changed, and it will not change. What has changed is, I firmly believe that today we have become a little too soft, a little too lazy when it comes to talking about God's word. We focus a little bit too much on the God is love part, which that is very true. God is love, but we don't focus on the vengeful side of God, the jealous side of God. And when we talk about God, we need to talk about all sides equally. So I hope you find encouragement in this, and I hope you have a wonderful God-centered day. Bye.